everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. Our theme this week is penguins, and so I want to show you how we set up our classroom for our 2 and 3-year-olds. But first let me show you some of the books that we're going to be reading. This is 10 Playful Penguins, Your Personal Penguin, and Be Brave, Little Penguin. Now let me show you what we're going to do in our classroom. Over on our Science and Exploration Center, I put together this penguin activity, and I took these penguins. We have 2 boxes of this game that somebody gave us, Pengaloo, and they come with these really cute wooden penguins. And so I just took them, made a little scene with our wooden tray, and I have some of our tree blocks. And then when I was at Kohl's, I've heard some of you other teachers tell me about their how they have books and plushed animals that go with them. And I love this. It's called Lost and Found. And I love this big penguin. He's so soft that goes with the book. So he is here, and the book will be available that we can read to the children. And I got this book here, Baby Penguins Everywhere, which kind of, with all these little penguins here, I thought this was a fun book to put with the display. In our sensory bin, we kept the same Kinetic sand that we had in last week's Snowball bin, but now we've added some black and white pieces because, again, we're talking about black and white to go with penguins, so that they can use the containers to scoop and to pour, and to use the other pieces to put in and out of the small black and white striped containers. In our dramatic play area, I've created a hot cocoa stand, and we were given a coffee maker, and I like this one because it does not have a glass carafe, so it's safe for the children. So we bring this out and pretend we're making hot cocoa with it. And then I made a packet. It's a hot cocoa packet that's free, and the link is in the description. And there's a little sign, and then there's also some labels for the marshmallows and for the chocolate. And then I just simply took some brown construction paper and I laminated it and cut it into pieces. So there's your chocolate in there. And then our marshmallows are just these little, they're kind of like these felt snowball-y type things. They were called Snowballs on Amazon. They're a little different. You can just use some pom-poms as well. These ones feel a little bit different. Even cotton balls would be fine. And so those are here, and they can put their chocolate and their marshmallows inside their cups. And then I also have this printable here that's part of the packet, and they can have it on a clipboard, and they can say, how many marshmallows do you want in your hot cocoa? And they can either use a dry erase marker to circle the number that they want, or they can take the little felt round pom-pom marshmallows, as I guess we call it, and they can stick each one of those on there to show how many that they want. That's a great one-to-one correspondence activity. And then someone donated some of these really cute penguin hats, so of course we had to add those in there. And then we have our dress-up clothes that we kept them out from last week, the winter wear, which they just absolutely loved last week. They would be actually really sad if we had packed these away. The ski masks were the biggest hit. So we're gonna have all that out in our winter dramatic play area. I also made these hot cocoa marshmallow counting They're you can use them for Play-Doh mats. You can use them at your counting table, wherever you want to put them. You can use them with the pom-poms that I just showed in the dramatic play area. But in this situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these, I've laminated them, and they are at our Play-Doh table. And what I'm going to do is invite the children to roll, and then take the Play-Doh, roll it, and then they can put one in each spot. So there's a card for 1 marshmallow, 2 marshmallows, 3, 4, and 5, and I'll have these all out and invite them to make marshmallows with their hands and the Play-Doh, and then put them on top of the numbers. On our light table, I was inspired by the book Penguins Love Colors, so I found these really cute, colorful plastic penguins on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. And I couldn't wait to put them on our light table, and then I just grabbed some of our translucent colored blocks, our cubes, and I put them on there as well. So it's kind of a fun little playful activity for them that does work with the penguin theme, but it's also just very colorful and fun. On our easel, since we're talking about penguins, we're also talking about black and white. So we are going to use a brayer, and we're going to roll black paint onto white paper, and then later in the week we will reverse it and we will roll white paint onto black paper. One of our table activities is going to be scooping snowballs. And so I found these styrofoam snowballs, and I happen to have a melon ball scooper. And so they can use that to pick up the snowballs, and then they can put them into the pail. Another free printable that I have created for this theme is our penguin counting 1 to 10. And I actually made 2 copies. I put them onto cardstock, which is heavy paper. I cut apart one set and I kept the other set intact so they can then place the cards. The 1 goes on top of the 1. They just match it, 2 on top of the 2, etc. until they get to 10, and you can find the link to this printable in the description. Another fun activity that we have is this penguin stacker by Melissa and Doug. It's just like our snowman stacker, but just a penguin instead, and it's quite a challenge for them to figure out which pieces to put on to make the shape of a penguin. And one of our art projects is going to be making penguins, and I am going to find a process art way of painting these penguins so that they're black and white, because as you know, I love to do as much process art as we can. So while this is a craft, I'm going to have them create it with a process art step first. And then our color pages this week are some that I have created, and they are all in the hot cocoa packet. So you'll find them all in there. Again, the link is in the description. So there's the hot chocolate with the snowman, and then the how many marshmallows do you want page, and then also the boy and the girl outside in their winter wear with their mugs of hot cocoa. So that's how our classroom is set up for our penguin theme for our 2- and 3-year-olds. Thanks for watching.